Alright, welcome back, and as usual, I'm going to be recommending 3 animes for you guys to watch, and I tried to mix up the genres here and there just in case you're into different genres. But before I get on with the video, please remember to like and subscribe. But yeah, let's get on with the recommendations. The first anime I'm going to recommend is Ladies and Butlers. This is about a boy who enrolls in a very unusual high school that trains 2 completely different types of students. One group of students is being educated to become wealthy, high-class ladies from powerful families, while the other group is being trained to become professional servants like butlers and maids who work for rich households. And the main character joins the servant training program because he wants to build a good future for himself after growing up without parents. But he has a rough appearance that makes people think that he's scary or perverted, even though he is actually a kind person. Because of this, he constantly ends up in embarrassing or awkward situations with rich girls at the school. Pretty much, the story mainly follows him trying to survive life at this strange academy, dealing with misunderstandings, meeting many different girls with strong personalities, and learning what it really means to serve and support powerful families, all while the show mixes romance, comedy, and a lot of over-the-top fan service. And when I say that the fan service is over the top, it's pretty much ridiculous. So I found out about this anime really from a Twitter post, and somebody said that it's really underrated and that they don't understand why the rating is so low. Well, let me tell you why the rating for this anime is so low. It's because it has some of the most cliche and overdone like fan service scenes, and it does it over and over and over and over again. I mean, when I was watching the first episode, I basically got a headache from all of the fan service scenes. And speaking of fan service, yes, this anime is basically rated R, if that is a rating for anime, which I'm pretty sure it's not. I think it's called, like, I forgot the name of the ratings. But yeah, it doesn't censor stuff, let's just put it that way. And it's not just that too, it's just the fact that, you know those scenes where the guy trips and then he accidentally like touches her boobs? So yeah, that happens like 10 times in a row within just the first episode, like 10-15 times in a row. And I'm just like, how many times are they gonna keep doing this? And it also has all of the other cliche fan service scenes as well. But I do have to put things into perspective. If you didn't realize already, this anime is not exactly new. It came back way back in 2010. That was like already, wow, 16 years ago. So it's been a while. So at the time, this was the type of anime that was coming out. So there are around that time a lot of ecchi or harem anime like this with the repeated fan service scenes. I'm actually kind of glad that these sort of like tropes have kind of died down more. You don't really see them being used that much, or at least not as much as they used to be used. But overall, this series is actually, for what it is, I do see what the tweet was saying. It really isn't that bad for what it is. You know, if you're used to watching these type of series, which I'm really not a fan of horror anime that much, but I do kind of get the sense that this isn't just trying to have fan service. It actually does try a bit with the plot itself. So yeah, I would just say, generally speaking, if you're into these type of series, that I would recommend this. So the next anime I'm going to review is Angel Beats. This takes place in a strange high school that exists in the afterlife. The story follows a boy who suddenly wakes up at the school with no memory of who he was when he was alive. He quickly meets a girl who tells him that everyone at this school is already dead and that they are trapped there because they had difficult or unfair lives before dying. And they all form a group called the Afterlife Battlefront, which is basically a rebellious organization that fights against confronts a mysterious girl known as Angel, who they all believe is responsible for controlling the world they are stuck in. And as he joins this group, he slowly learns about the painful past of the other students and begins to understand that the strange school might exist to help them come to terms with their lives before they can finally move on. And this anime mixes action, comedy, and emotional moments as the characters battle Angel and they question the purpose of their world and gradually confront the regrets and tragedies they experienced when they were alive. And during the first episode, he realizes that the rules of this world are very different from normal life. He begins to accept that he may truly be dead and has to figure out what this strange afterlife school really is and why everyone there just cannot move on. So Angel Beats actually did air in 2010 as well, and funny enough, I did actually watch this anime way back then. Not when it aired, but maybe around, I would say like 2012 or so. But the funny thing is, this was one of the very first animes that I've watched that was outside of the big three. And what kind of like broadened the horizons of every other anime that's basically out there. It was this anime. So I actually personally hold this anime in very high regards and I recommend it all the time. And what I can say is that the story is intriguing, and then especially the OST, the music is phenomenal. It's really is amazing. And it's a really good, I believe, like 12 episodes. If this show had like ran on longer, I don't think it would have worked. But it's just one of those series that's just a really nice 12 episodes. So I will always recommend Angel Beats. The next anime I'm going to review is Tomodachi Game. This is a psychological thriller about a group of high school friends who are suddenly forced to take part in a mysterious game that tests their friendship and trust. And in the first episode, we meet the main protagonist and his 4 close friends as they prepare for their class trip, which they help pay together. This money suddenly goes missing, and soon the 5 of them are abducted and wake up in a strange room with a mascot-like character who explains the rule of the Tomodachi Game. They're told that one of them secretly has the huge debt and that the only way to pay it off is to complete the games together, to trust each other and answer questions honestly, but it quickly becomes clear that the game is designed to create suspicion and reveal hidden feelings within the group. And as the games continue, secrets start to come out and the group realizes that someone among them may have been responsible for the debt in the first place. This anime focuses on mind games, deceptions, strategies. So if you're into those sort of things like I am, for instance, then you'll really like this anime. I've mentioned this before, but I really like animes that have like mind games or survival games. Any sort of like strategy or death game like anime, I just really like, and this series is no different. I enjoyed the whole thing all the way through because of all the strategies, all of the twists and turns in the plot that happens. I would say that it is definitely worth the watch. And that's pretty much it for this video, guys. Remember to like, subscribe. Thanks for watching.
Lights are red and they're sweat on your